Okay, we've got people joining us still, but we're going to go on and get started with our June Chamber Luncheon. And I'm going to turn it over to our Chamber Board President for the last time. This is Melissa's last Chamber Luncheon.
It's very sad for me. I've been a little emotional since I got here today. So, okay, we're going to go ahead and get started so I don't start crying. I want to welcome you to another virtual luncheon. We will be recording this to share with members unable to attend today. Everyone is on mute, and we ask that you post questions in the chat box. If you have any questions, use the chat box down at the bottom. We're going to introduce special guests. I can't see everybody who's here, but I'm going to go ahead and list them off. Dan Wallington, Senator Roy Blunt's office. Rachel Gilroy from Congresswoman Vicky Hartzler's office, and State Representative Steve Lynch. Thank you for joining us today. And we want to thank our sponsor today, Ireland Architects, and they will be speaking here in a little bit. Outstanding employees. Do we have any members that brought an employee to be recognized? Introduce them and brag on them. Do we have anybody? I can't hear you, Cecilia. Still can't hear you.
There we go.
There
You can either type in the chat box or unmute yourself or raise your hand. However, it's easiest for you to speak. I don't think we have any, Melissa.
Okay, sounds good. For a first-time luncheon, do we have any new attendees with guests? Any new attendees today?
I don't think so.
Okay. It's a little hard because we're in the same building, but we're in separate rooms, so we can't see what each other is trying to say here. Refer and earn recognition. Bob and Trudy Dills refer new member, the law offices of Allen and Rector. The person that refers the most new members will be recognized at the annual meeting. Refer and earn cards are available at the chamber office. At this time, we'd like to recognize the chamber board members who have served on the board who are going off the board this year. We'd like to recognize Dr. Chris Berger, Kent Burns, and Sean Cordry for their services of the board. I want to thank each one of you. Each one of you have done a marvelous job, and each one of you have put all your hearts into it. When you're sitting at that boardroom, all three of you have done an excellent job of contributing and helping move things forward within our community.
We did, I'm going to interrupt you just for a minute, Melissa. We did get them together and present them with their plaques since we were unable to do it at a virtual in-person luncheon. We did do a little presentation this week with them.
Yes. So Dr. Chris Berger was from 2011 to 2020. Sean Cordry was from 2014 to 2020. And Kent Burns was from 2017 to 2020.
Oops.
If any of you would like to speak right now, you're more than welcome to. Any of the board members? Or any of them speaking?
Could I say that we're going to miss Chris Berger, and we thank him for everything he's done for our community.
Kent, are you wanting to say anything?
Just wanted to say thanks for the opportunity to serve on the board and hold me a spot. I might be back. I still got a little time left. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Cecilia, for everything.
Thank you, Kent. We appreciate you.
Okay. If you would like to share something positive your business organization has done to continue to serve the community, please click a thumbs up icon under reactions at the bottom of your screen. Cecilia will call on you so everyone isn't speaking at the same time.
I am not seeing any thumbs up.
Okay.
Oh,
Luge said she would
yeah,
share.
Luge is, yes. You're on, Luge.
Because I didn't know how to do what she just said.
It's okay.
I just want to say a real shout out to the staff at Waynesville, City of Waynesville, because I think we, much like St. Robert, I think both of us feel like we have gone above and beyond to help our citizens. And, you know, whether it was with utilities, whatever problem they had, you know, for the last, 4 months now, we have gone out of our way to help them. And I want to congratulate my staff at the City of Waynesville and thank them for everything they do.
Anyone else?
I do not see anyone else.
Okay. As we start our updates, please post your questions in the chat box. So we're going to start with our luncheon sponsor, Ireland Architects, Stephanie Ireland.
Thank you. I'm going to share my screen. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be able to sponsor the Chamber Luncheon. I try to do it every year and I really enjoy it. And I miss you guys so much. I wish I were there. I did want to tell everybody is that this year is our 20th anniversary of being in business. So it's a big deal for us. We're still around here and trucking along. I want to share a little bit of information about my company today. I'll move quickly. One of the things we try to do at Ireland Architects, I'm the owner, and we design commercial businesses, whether it be additions or renovations or new buildings. So one of the things we try to do in my firm is you as the client are the main purpose of why we're here. We don't do things because we want to do them or because we think it would look. It has to do with what you want and what your needs are. So that's really important to us. It's all about you. Natalie here is my head project manager. She has been with me for 17 years, so couldn't live without her. Also to let you know, I am a WOSB, women-owned business, WBE and WOSB certified, as well as with MoDOT, I'm a DBE, Disadvantaged Business Enterprise. So I have several certifications that can help you with your businesses as well if you have some of those requirements. Budget and timing, I don't know anybody who hasn't come to me and said, well, I'm on a budget. Yes, we all are. So we can definitely help make sure you stay within your budget. And we also help with timing. So the way we do that, we're just very organized. We make sure we get everything done in a timely manner so that we're not wasting a lot of time in between trying to figure things out. So we have a process. We've been doing this a long time, so we've kind of figured out a process. Some projects I wanted to tell you about so that you know what kind of work we do. This project was one room. So it doesn't have to be a big project. It was a commercial application. It was actually kind of a library for women who have heart problems. So it was a way for them to gain information, knowledge, talk with people in more of a homey setting. So it doesn't have to be a large project. It just has to be commercial for us. This might look familiar, Stryker Orthodontics. It's been up a while now, but we designed that project. Also, we've done operating suites, some medical work, doctor's offices, restaurants. This might look familiar. It's in Springfield. It used to be Steak and Ale. It's now Jim's Steakhouse. We did an addition onto it several years ago. Childhood centers or daycares, we have designed several of those. So we have experience with that. There's a lot of requirements from the state. Neighborhood center, this might look familiar. It's on Fort Leonard Wood. We helped with a lot of design of the houses and for several members, as well as some neighborhood centers. There's gyms and things like that in there. And that was a lot of fun. We do have designed labs, both medical and dental labs and pharmacies, all types of office suites, interior renovations. This facility, we took an old dilapidated building and renovated it to make it usable. This actually happened to have been a clinic. We also did that in Waynesville, which I'll show you. This project, we did an addition onto the building, 2 floors. Now it was designed to do that, so you can't do that with all buildings, but this was designed to do that, so we actually added 2 floors to the building. Also have worked on several churches. I look familiar, it's in Iberia. It's a bank that we've worked on, as well as this one, right next to where Cecilia is. We put a second floor addition on this a couple of years ago. The old Waynesville City Hall, it was an older building that needed a little bit of work, actually a whole lot of TLC, but it turned out very nice. And I know they have moved on since then, but it was a really, really fun project. Also have done all types of doctor suites. And we also believe in giving back to the community. In Springfield, we deal a lot with the Kitchen, which is a homeless shelter. We donate a lot of our services. So we designed a dental clinic for them and a medical clinic so that those less fortunate could still get some quality help when they needed medical help. We've also designed clinics from the ground up, all types of those. This might look familiar. Your aquatic center was a really fun project as well. Hopefully it'll be opening up soon, but that was a fun project to work on. Also, the terminal at Forney Field might look familiar as well. Piney Ridge there in Waynesville, we've done a lot of work for them over the years. We built a school for them and also several interior renovations. Restaurants, Who Hot, Mongolian Grill, both in Joplin and Springfield, we've worked on, so they're a lot of fun. Ruby Doo Park Pavilion, hopefully you've been out there. If not, you need to. It's a great place to go listen to a band or something that's going on, a concert. I've been out there several times and it's a lot of fun to be out there. We've also designed residential treatment centers or help for veterans that have PTSD. So we've kind of understand a little bit of that situation. Also have designed some trucking facility, logistics. This was a clinic from the ground up in Camdenton. If you're out there, it's on Highway 5. It had medical facilities, behavioral health, and dental facilities designed in it. Fire stations, we've also done several of those. Libraries we've worked on. This was a one large room project. We were helping with, it was a maker space, if you're familiar with what that is. Kind of a hands-on interactive thing for the children. This might look familiar. Stonebrook Center there in Waynesville. I hear they're doing great. We've also done several different types of work for OTC, both some interior renovations, classrooms, additions, all types of things for OTC. Strip centers, any type of strip center, could be for retail, both professional services, all types of things we've worked on there. Different looks of whatever you want it to look like. And I have several pages of things that people have said about us throughout the years. Since we have been doing this for 20 years, I've worked with a lot of people. And we really do try hard to make sure everybody has what they need in a timely manner, and we do the best we can to protect them from themselves as well. With our experience, we can actually help you know what works and what doesn't. So we've had a lot of fun throughout the years, and I can't wait for the next 20. So thank you once again for allowing me to speak a little bit, Cecilia and everyone. And I can't wait till I see you guys again. I'm really looking forward to it.
All right. Thank you so much. Now we're going to have an update from the Chamber of Commerce, Cecilia Murray.
Yep. Stephanie, yep. Thank you. I just need to share my screen back. Give me just 1 second. Okay, so we've been extremely busy here at the Chamber. We are still requesting, if you have not taken the Safe and Smart Pledge on reopening your business, we ask that you go and it's very quick. It does not take 5 minutes to go in and take that pledge to let us know what you're doing as you reopen your businesses and how you're keeping your employees and the consumer safe. We then will email you the sign to put on your door, and that way people see and understand what everyone is doing during this time. Tying the community together. We haven't had many that have signed up to tie a bow and then bring it to hopefully the July luncheon, where we can all get together and put our ribbons together and tie them as a community to show that we are all together and working together during these difficult times. Those that have done it, we are asking, I have several that we haven't gotten pictures from yet. So If you haven't gotten us a picture, if you will do that. I was waiting on those before I started the album on Facebook, and that way we have enough to kick that off. No decision has been made on our June Tell Your Story Thursday coffee, and our July Chamber Luncheon will be announced later on as to if we're doing it and where we are holding it. We are getting ready to have an online version of our Put Your Business on the Maps, the Google search webinar. It is free for any chamber member to attend. It is going to be on July 20th. It will be via Zoom. We are asking you to register. There's an online registration. And we are highly strongly suggest you bring your laptop, your phone, any way that you can go on and access your Google account. If you have any questions on that, please give us a call. And all of these things are in our weekly newsletter that comes out on Fridays. You should be seeing, this week we started some new email graphics and layout. So please give us feedback as we continue to make those improvements. We would love to hear your thoughts on the new email templates that we are using. If anybody has any questions, I'll be glad to answer them. There looks like there is some. So for the ribbon, there isn't a deadline. We're just asking, it's going to be a continual thing until we can actually meet together and tie all those ribbons. So, but the sooner the better if you can get your ribbon together and get the picture. That way we can put it on Facebook and start sharing those. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Cecilia. Update from the City of St. Robert, Mayor George Lauritson.
Hopefully I got sound. Okay. Just wanted to say good morning from the City of St. Robert, or good lunchtime, I guess. It's supposed to have been a beautiful day. Didn't turn out that way, but the City of St. Robert businesses are opening up. I encourage everyone to shop local, support your local business owners. They are working very hard to keep everyone safe as we go through this COVID-19 virus. So again, please shop local. The city's been very busy as of late. I know Cecilia came to a meeting last Friday with me, a very interesting meeting. And the virus has caused a lot of anxiety and stress. So that shop local is very important on all of us. Masks, reduced numbers, social distancing, all that stuff. Our stores are all doing something in that line. And thanks to the chamber for having the app where they sign up and get a thing to show that they're complying with that. So appreciate that from the chamber. The city's outdoor pool has opened up. Only 145 can be there at any one time. So we've made 2 sessions, a 10 to 2, and I think the other one's 2:30 or 3 to 7. And it seems to be going very well. Of course, today it didn't, but hopefully this afternoon's session will. And just a couple things on grants. The fire department got a grant for $229,000 in February for 2 years to hire some additional firefighters. And last week, the police department got $250,000 for a 3-year grant. So that's been great news for the police department and the fire department. And lastly, I just want to say that our use tax for internet has passed 104 to 96. So appreciate the voters on that, and everybody speaking out about that. It was very close. It was the 3rd time we'd had it on the ballot, and it was going to be our last. So it was good that it did pass. But I hope everybody has an enjoyable month, and hopefully we can get together in July for a real meeting. So thank you.
Thank you. Now we need an update from the City of Waynesville, Mayor Luge Hardman.
Okay. Oop, there we are. Look at there. I don't know how to make myself big on the screen, so you just have to look at my little face, okay? Guys, I just want to take my time today to say goodbye to you. And much like Melissa, I am a big old baller and crier. And so I don't usually read things that I want to say, but today I'm going to read them because I want to stay on focus and don't want to be bawling, Melissa. But much like all of you, this is definitely not what we expected here at this meeting. In fact, my plan was I was going to announce the opening of a great new business in our town. You guys were going to be so excited, and now it has been put on hold, of course, because of what's going on. So kind of sad about that. This is my last chamber luncheon with you guys as the mayor. I was rather shocked the other day when someone asked me how I got involved in city government, and I had to count up in my head. I have served the city of Waynesville for 17 years in elected positions with council and mayor. But I have actually been involved in Waynesville since the 1980s. I was on all of the committees and commissions, including the park board. It has been one of the joys of my life serving as mayor of Waynesville. And the chamber has always been a leader in our community. And I was always proud to be a supporter. And along with the Tourism Bureau and the SOP, our community is primed and ready for the 21st century. Please continue to support these important organizations. And you can already tell, Melissa, I'm starting to cry. Okay, quit that. I have enjoyed all the events I've participated in over the years. The committees I've served on, the luncheons I've shared with you guys, the chili I have eaten, the ducks I have rooted for, the baskets I have bought, and even the frogs that I have kissed. But most of all, I love the friends that I have made. And now at the end of my time as mayor, I am most proud of the improved relationship between our two cities and the close relationship that both cities have made with our neighbor at Fort Leonard Wood. Being mayor has many wonderful perks to go with it, including getting to eat first at the chamber meetings. I'm probably going to miss that the most, okay? But truly, the best perk of being mayor of Waynesville is that I get to meet the military. And I literally have made friends all over the world. I have attended military balls and functions over the years. And along with George, for the most part, I have traveled to DC, Miami, San Antonio, South Carolina, and all over the state of Missouri for the city of Waynesville. I have thrown out a first pitch. I have ridden a mechanical bull, which I shouldn't have done because it is now on YouTube. And I have been in many of your parades. I've met so many interesting people, from governors and senators, from astronauts and generals, from Major League ball players and NFL legends to TV stars and singers. It has been an adventure. And today, of course, for just a little small laugh, I will remind you that I have made very good friends with Governor Parson and his wife, Teresa, because I fell in front of them and they had to take care of me. And so I believe they kind of adopted me. I thank the citizens of Waynesville for all these experiences and for their unwavering support over the years. And over the years, many of my proudest moments and saddest moments took place with the Chamber of Commerce. Now I really will cry. After the flood of 2013, my first public speech was to the Chamber and will be one that I will long remember. The sadness of losing the Lee family, the desperation of our citizens, the destruction and loss of property, but then the rebuilding and the support that our community gave us was astounding. One thing I will take away from that time is the resilience of our community. Response to disaster, much like today, exposes true character. And we showed the best of those traits during that sad time. I was one proud mayor. And as my husband began to struggle with kidney failure, it was at the chamber, I remember it well, that I first announced he was getting a kidney. It was out at the church. But the ups and downs of that journey also brought me to the time when his death in June of 2016. I gave my first public speech to the chamber. The support you gave me will never be forgotten. I want to thank you also for the 2 nominations for Citizen of the Year. What an honor to have, I believe it was Laura, to thank me. And I thank you for that honor, and I will never forget it. I remember the Chamber's role in the town hall meeting when we responded to the potential loss of troops at Fort Leonard Wood. Weren't we amazing? I looked at those pictures the other day. As a mayor of Waynesville, I'm proud of many things we've accomplished together, and I won't go into detail because I'm talking too long, but let me just say, I'm proud of our downtown revitalization and all the partners that worked on that, the rebuilding of our infrastructure, literally bringing our infrastructure into really the 21st century and beyond, I would think. Many flood mitigation projects, 8 major projects after the flood of 2013. You'll think back to that time, we lost over $1 million in damage. In our last flood event, we lost about 20,000. So what we have done has made a difference. We have worked hard to improve our communication with our citizens. We have a new city hall, a new police station. We have annexed property at Buckhorn and across the interstate. And for our community, the Little Heroes Playground was one of our proudest accomplishments. Our Ruby Doo walking trail and its planned extension that is in fact being worked right now, and the Trail of Tears certification on the National Historic Trail. The roundabout, or as a few of you described it, the apocalypse of Waynesville. Now a much admired traffic controller in West Waynesville. I was proud to begin building of our sidewalks to make Waynesville walkable. And, you know, Luge always causes trouble. And I caused trouble one time for the chamber and for our community. But I will tell you that I've always tried to stay true to my principles and stand up for what I thought was right and what was good for our community. And many times that got me into trouble. It caused waves and made a few more enemies, but something I've learned very quickly over the years, and I sleep really well at night. Politics and government, especially on a local level, can do many great things. Service for the good of your community is the highest calling you can have. And I was honored to answer it and to make a difference. I will always be thankful for the many friends that I've made in this community. Someone said to me the other day, "You were just made for Waynesville." I love that. I love that sentiment because I love Waynesville. It is in Waynesville that I found the love of my life. We raised our family. I've had 2 great adventures in my life, teaching history and community service, and they've both been here in this town that I love. I'm proud to say it will also be my forever home. I thank the Chamber for all you do for our community, and I wish you all the best. I'm already planning my next adventures, and I've already chosen my next volunteer opportunity. The governor has appointed me to the Route 66 Commission, and I'm even thinking you guys might see me in one of those blue coats.
Jacket.
If you get those jackets, if you get one to fit me, Cecilia. I will be enjoying travel, writing a book on my experiences, and I will be attending my grandchildren's school programs. I want to thank you all so much again, and I want you to know that I leave you with full confidence in our new leadership in Waynesville. And I will remind you that the night I leave office next week, so does Bruce Harrell. So you will have a complete new leadership in Waynesville. John Doyle as city administrator, and of course, Dr. Jerry Brown will be your new mayor, and I'm sure he's going to be a very active part of the chamber. Our reception, if you want to come by and say goodbye to us, is June 18th from 2:30 to 4:30, and then we do have city council that night at 5:30. I want to end by saying much of what George just said, and that is shop local. I have tried my best to spend my money in my local stores, and that would be the smaller stores, the ones that are really struggling. And, you know, I eat dinner quite a bit out, and I try to take turns at different places in my town. And even in St. Robert, I've got some special ones there too. So be sure and shop local. Last night, we had a special council meeting, and it was rather revolutionary for the city of Waynesville. I would tell you that we sold the first big lot at the industrial park as the medical marijuana project begins, and that the city of Waynesville has purchased the land that sits next to Lowe's Chevrolet, as we have some future growth opportunities there. And all of those things are going to be tied to financing many future electrical improvements in the city of Waynesville. And as I leave, I'm gonna use this hyperbolic statement. All of those things are going to be revolutionary for the city of Waynesville. And it's going to be fun watching them as they develop. And again, thank you all. Cecilia, you've been a joy. Enjoyed working with the chamber so much. Goodbye.
Luge, thank you so much. I've enjoyed working with you, and we'll definitely look for a blue jacket. So thank you again. And just so you know, if you can see the chat, you have lots of special messages to look over. I'm not going to read them all, but they're amazing. And so please take a minute to look through your messages.
Now everybody can wipe their eyes. We can pull ourselves all back together now. Thank you, Luge, for being the chamber's cheerleader. We appreciate you. And now we're going to get an update from Waynesville Schools, Dr. Brian Henry, Superintendent.
Yeah, that's a tough act to follow there, Mayor. I sure appreciate everything you've done for our school district. Thank you. Wish you the best. I assume I'm still going to be seeing you around, so even though it may not be in the elected capacity, you know, I have plenty of things here to keep you busy around the school district. So while you might dry your eyes, now unfortunately the superintendent comes on, you might start crying again. But we have mostly good news right now. We do have our Waynesville High School Senior Honors Night to be recorded and posted on the high school Facebook page, and we're grateful to the many businesses, clubs, and organizations who have helped out again with scholarships to our graduating seniors. We do sincerely appreciate that. Though graduation will be live, we'll have virtual honors night, and we do appreciate the contributions of our businesses. Graduation for the Waynesville High School class of 2020 will be at 7:30 p.m. Friday, June the 19th at Waynesville High School Tiger Stadium, weather permitting. Because of social distancing requirements, each graduate will be issued just 2 tickets for guests to attend the ceremony. Guests and graduates will be expected to wear masks and observe social distancing before and after the ceremony. I will let you know we are looking to some expanded seating, possibly trying to do another ticket for this, but we will try to comply as best we can with guidelines. And we'll see what happens with further restrictions as we move ahead. On Friday, we reached the incredible milestone of having served 500,000, that would be 500,000 free meals to children 18 and under. I want to give a huge amount of recognition to our nurses, our food service, our transportation teams who made this possible, along with those behind the scenes that helped out with this endeavor. We will continue delivering meals weekdays through June, and the meals will be available at drive-up locations at Wood and Freedom Elementary Schools and the high school when we get into July. If we can hold our seated session of summer school, we will have food, of course, available July 20 through 31. We'll also serve free meals at that time in designated pickup sites that will be announced later. So additionally, we're reviewing options to see what we can do. But July, it's looking like we'll have 2 Mondays where we'll serve food. We'll get that information out to you, and then we're going to attempt to serve some food even in August. And I really appreciate OPA and Ryan Murphy for the work he's done in making all that happen. Excuse me. Some spots remain available for seated summer school, July 20 through 31. Parents may contact their child's school to see if seats are available. Waynesville Transportation Department received 100% on its bus inspections this year. So congratulations to our transportation department. This is the 20th consecutive year that our department has received scores of 90% or higher in the annual inspection. So great job, and congratulations to Mr. Wilking and his team. I also want to throw in there, it's not on my list, but we had 100% rating from our food service They did our kitchen inspections, had a 100% rating there as well. No findings. Record 5 former WHS students, and I know that the mayor mentioned this earlier, Hunter Ball, Ashley Wolf, John Lowe, Robert Osborne, and Jason Berdeur will graduate from West Point on this Saturday, June the 13th. In addition, Captain Jesslyn Clark, who's a 2012 graduate from our high school, will pilot a Black Hawk helicopter that will fly over West Point graduation ceremonies. Now, while I don't have any data to support this, I would assume that we're amongst the top of the schools in the country as far as representation in this year's class at the military academy. So great job to our students first and foremost, and to our wonderful staff who help prepare those kids and their families who help prepare them for that opportunity. Provided we can safely do so, new student enrollment will be held August 5th and 6th at Waynesville High School for all new students. Regardless of the grade the students will be entering, the hours are 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. August 5th and 6th, and everyone should enter the main doors at Waynesville High School. And finally, the first day of school for the 2020-2021 school year is scheduled to be August the 24th. So we're all keeping our fingers crossed. Again, I appreciate everybody's patience during this time period. We're very thankful for this community. All the support we've received has been tremendous. We are obviously 40% funded by the state. We're doing everything we can do to comply with the regulations we have, and also offer as much opportunity for our kids and our staff as we can. So do appreciate everything that you all are doing in support. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Henry. Now we're going to have an update from Fort Leonard Wood. Mr. Steve.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for letting me join the chat today. June and July traditionally mark heavy turnover season at Fort Leonard Wood, and even with COVID-19, it's still going to be heavy for us this year. We've already had a few. We have a few more coming up, some big ones. The Commanding General's change of command is scheduled for 26 June. And the Garrison Commanders is scheduled for July 7th. Both will be live streamed on the Fort Leonard Wood official Facebook page. Due to COVID-19, they're not going to be open to the public or open to very many participants, but we are going to live stream both of them. We are also doing the Gilwalk groundbreaking ceremony, June 22nd, starting at 2 p.m. Again, due to COVID, it's not going to be open to the public, but we will live stream on the Fort Leonard Wood Facebook page. Many of our services on post are beginning to open up. So check back with myguideon.com or the Fort Leonard Wood Facebook page, or our impacted services page on the Fort Leonard Wood website for the most up-to-date information. And if you have any questions or comments, let me know in the chat. Thank you.
Thank you. This year, as president, my theme was tell your story. As you see here on the computer, all the board members and their businesses that they are involved with. It has been very close to my heart for each person as they come to a luncheon or come to a dinner, whatever we do, that we learn about each other, what they do in their business, and how that sometimes they got into the business they got into. And the most important thing is to, when you sit down with someone, what does their business do? And how can it help you and your business? And that has always been a very important thing to me, because I think that's how we grow friendships. I think that's how we help each other's business, and it helps our community. So this year, that was our theme. And some of the things we were able to do, and Cecilia might be able to jump in there. We came up with the, Chris, I'll give him all the glory here. He came up with the Thursday coffee, and we went to each other's businesses and we learned about their business. We drank a little coffee, and it's amazing who showed up there that wasn't able to come to the luncheons. So those were a good thing. Just some of the things we did at the luncheons where you give you opportunities to tell your story. And I think there's been some great friendships and some great partnerships that have happened through the year. Cecilia, do you have anything else that we
The
did on
podcast,
that?
we started the Tell Your
podcast,
Story,
yes.
the behind the community, Tell Your Story podcast, and that's been going very well for us.
Yes. And if you don't listen to those, you need to. They are very fun and interesting, and you can learn a lot about a business through those. As I pass the torch today, now I'm not going to cry, Luge. I'm not going to cry. My big thing as president, when I came into this, as I kicked coming in, Cecilia and Josh will tell you, I had been vice president for 3 years, and I was very comfortable at being vice president. Although with Josh, I had to step up to do luncheons and things like that because of his role in his business. So a lot of times people thought I was president, and I really wasn't. As I stepped in, I was very, I don't know how to say this, overwhelmed in the very, very beginning of how easily it came to me to do this role. I am very thankful for the opportunity that everyone has given me to do this and to serve our community and to serve our chamber, and I thank you for that. I'm not crying, Luge, but look. One of the things that was huge to me was, Josh had his way of running the meeting. All of them that have been president have all had their way of running the meeting. Steve Lynch has his little catchphrase, his good morning, everyone. But mine was, I will get you out of this meeting on time. And there is not one meeting I did not get you out of on time. So that is my legacy. I hope that from here on out, every president will remember that, to get you out on time. All of you have businesses to take care of, and everyone needs to get back to their duties that they have. And I just want to be that person to set the slate that we will get out on time. And I did. Even leadership night, we were out on time. So that is, but I just thank you so much for being able to serve our chamber the way that I have. I've been chamber member since 2009, and I became an ambassador in 2010. And since 2012, I have been in a leadership role of some kind between president and vice president, from ambassador club to leadership Pulaski County into the chamber board. And I helped start the Shop Local campaign. And so I've been in leadership roles since 2012. So what's next? I don't know. I've had many calls to ask me to sit on certain boards, but my heart is dear near to the chamber. As far as this year goes, it's been a challenging year with things we've had to deal with. And I want everyone to know that Cecilia and the staff stepped up and did an amazing job with all this. They could have sat back and just let everyone just do their thing, but they stepped up, made sure that they were getting the resources that our businesses needed. Cecilia was working tirelessly on attending meetings and attending everything she possibly could, and learned everything she possibly could to help our businesses in our local community to move forward through all of this. So thank you, Cecilia, and thank you to the staff. I want to pass the torch today to your next president, who's Janel Rowell.
Before
And
you do that, Melissa, I just wanted to thank you. I know that Josh and I really pushed you to be president, and I'm glad that you're happy that we did that, and you did a great job. And I really will miss having you in such leadership roles, because I've been here since 2004, and you definitely have played a huge role in everything we've done, between LPC, the ambassadors, LPC, the alumni, and the board of directors. So you will be missed, and maybe you can come back and get involved with the alumni, or even put a blue jacket on again.
Blue jacket, I don't know. I may pass mine on to Luge, but alumni I am involved with still. So, okay. I want to thank you, Cecilia, for those words. I want to read Janel's bio. Janel Rowell was born and raised in Waynesville, where she still lives now, with her husband Sam of 20 years, and their two boys, Chrisum, age 16, and Xander, age 12. She works as general manager at the Comfort Inn in St. Robert, Fort Leonard Wood, part of Fort Wood Hotels by Earhart Properties. She has spent the last 21 years in hospitality industry, starting as a housekeeper, working at the front desk, and leading in various management positions, including director of sales for 5 years, and most recently as a general manager of the Comfort Inn. She holds a bachelor's degree in organization leadership from Drury University and is a certified hospitality administrator degree from American Hotel and Lodging Educational Institute. Besides serving on the Chamber Board of Directors, she volunteers as an ambassador, completed the Leadership Pulaski County Class 3, and is part of the LPC alumni. She is a Choices presenter and has worked with the group creating the Junior Leadership Pulaski County program. She also serves on the Pulaski County Tourism Board, as well as serving as Regional Advisory Board for the Choices Hotel Owners Council. In her spare time, she enjoys reading, cooking, and is currently working to teach her oldest son how to drive. So I present to you, Janel Rowell.
And I just want to say before Janelle takes over, Janelle will start as the Chamber Board President as of July 1st. So we still have Melissa for a couple weeks.
The theme this last year of Tell Your Story was really appropriate, and I think you're right. It helped everyone get to know each other and their businesses just that much more, and reminding us that we're not just businesses, but we're people too. So, and Melissa, your passion for local small business is unparalleled, and I appreciate that you helped keep the Chamber focused on that as well as everyone else. And I hope everyone follows your Facebook page for your business because you have great stuff and you do a great job marketing it. And I think people could learn a lot from you. So I appreciate the welcome. Thank you.
Janelle, you were muted at the very beginning, so I don't know if we missed something you said.
Okay, well, I was just saying thank you to Melissa and thank you for everything that she's done for the Chamber.
And we did present Melissa with a very nice plaque. And she served on our board of directors from 2014 to 2019 and as the board president for this last year.
Thank you. Okay, we are going to go to member announcements. Do we have any membership announcements?
So if you have something, you can raise your hand or unmute yourself or put it in the chat. Somehow let us know you want to speak. Steve, we'll just, I'm sure you have some announcement to make. Steve Lynch, I'm going to unmute you.
Okay. I don't really have any announcements, Miss Cecilia. I'm just glad to be back in town after a very tumultuous session at the Capitol. Was my last regular session. It's like a lot of people. It's not what I expected it whatsoever, but we made some good success for our area, particularly in the military spouse reciprocity bill that was passed. Thus far, it is still the only House bill, the non-budget House bill, that's been signed by the governor. And so I am really proud to get that done for our community. I think it'll make a big difference. Thank you, Cecilia.
Well, we thank you, and we know we're not saying goodbye yet. There's a lot of goodbyes today, so we're not ready to say goodbye to you yet.
No, I still remain as your state representative till the end of the year. So if you need something, be sure to get a hold of me.
Deborah, do you have anything? Deborah Baker, do you have anything you would like to share? I'm just calling on people, so.
I am muted.
You're unmuted.
Okay, not a whole lot going on. I know there's been the announcement, there's been, the cases, the multiple cases on Fort Leonard Wood. They are all contained to Fort Leonard Wood. There have been 9 more besides that 70 that are related to those 70 cases, but they've all been contained on post. We had a couple new ones off post that they've quarantined themselves with very little movement in the community, which is good. So nothing new after that. So when one of them had been to the lake on Memorial Weekend, so pretty sure that's where that one came from. But it's been a little bit quieter. Just continue to help businesses. If there's any businesses out there that need assistance with continuing to open up and getting back to normal, we're here to help them, with any suggestions they may need. I know, some of the guidance from the state can be a little bit gray sometimes. So we've had several people call on us and ask, can you help interpret, or what should we do locally? So that's been a lot of what we've been doing, and just following up on cases. We still do work with Fort Leonard Wood on helping them with that. So I know there's going to be a lot of leadership change there, so that'll be new for all of us, and but we'll work through it and continue to build relationships. So I think that's all I have.
Thank you.
Celia, could I say a word about Deborah?
Yes, ma'am.
I want to say that I think we are blessed in this county to have you as a leader, and you have been trustworthy and reliable and always out front. And I wanted to say that to you.
Thank you, Luge. I really appreciate it.
This is Steve Lynch. Cecilia, may I ask you something to that?
Sure.
Deborah, I see you on my screen right now. I talk to people and serve around the state, and you have been mentioned many, many times for your professionalism and the way that you have handled this above and beyond. It made me very proud to have you as our director here in Pulaski County. Thank you.
Well, thank you. You guys are trying to make me cry now.
Well, and I'll say that the chamber has worked so closely with Deborah, and she's also on my board of directors, so I'm not kissing up, but she has just been wonderful to work with, and we are very fortunate to have her here. Did I see some raised hands, or was that just clapping? Rosalind, oh, that was clapping. Okay. I'm confused if it's raised hands or clapping. I'm not sure. Anyone else want to share anything? We have a couple quick minutes before. Anybody have anything to share? Doing anything special in your business? Well, if we could do a quick group photo. So those that have cameras, if you would turn them on and get back in the screen, and we'll take a quick picture. Everybody get pretty. I see everybody working hard to get pretty. All right. Y'all let me, everybody ready? Nice smiles. All right, here we go. Oh, I see a dog. All right. Great job.
We want to thank you for joining us today. It has been one that we all cry at, but that's okay. I want to remind you, as I always do, please make sure that you are spending your money local. Go to the small businesses and shop local. There's no reason to go out of town for everything. Shop here first. You'd be amazed what you can find right here in this town. So please eat local, shop local. If you do got to go out of town, make sure you're filling up before you leave town, in our town. So I want to thank you for being here. And as my last day, as for the
Not your
luncheon,
last day.
not my last day, she keeps reminding me, for my last luncheon, thank you. And I appreciate each one of you for being here today. Have a good week.
Everybody be kind and look forward to hopefully seeing everybody in person next month. Again, thank you, Stephanie with Ireland Architects, for sponsoring our luncheon. We appreciate you very much.